It's just after 5 a.m. in Jakarta, Indonesia, as 181 passengers settle in for a short domestic flight. In the cockpit,
fuel pumps.
First Officer Harvino performs pre-flight procedures.
Fuel pumps are on.
The captain on this flight is Bhavya Suneja, who has more than 6,000 flying hours. The passengers are on board the latest version of the renowned Boeing 737, known as the MAX 8. David Carber is a former Boeing test pilot.
The MAX is the fourth iteration of the 737, one of the most successful airliners ever. And it was basically born out of a need to improve efficiency and performance.
The MAX 8 has quickly become Boeing's fastest-selling airplane, with more than 300 already in the skies and almost 5,000 in the order books. The one being used on today's flight was delivered to Lion Air 2 months ago.
Lion 610, you are cleared to runway 25 left via Sierra Charlie 1. Contact tower when you are in position.
Lion 610, cleared to runway 25 left via Sierra Charlie 1.
All clear, no traffic. Let's run before takeoff.
Flaps?
Flaps 5. 5 indicated.
Lion Air Flight 610 is a 90-minute journey from Jakarta over the Java Sea to Bangka Island. The low-cost airline operates hundreds of these short flights every day.
Indonesia is the fourth most populous country in the world. And with 17,000 islands, you got to have an easy way to do short-range transportation to get to those places. And the MAX is the ideal airplane for that kind of operation.
Lion 610, cleared for takeoff, runway 25, contact terminal east when airborne.
Lion 610, clear for takeoff.
At 6:20,
Rotate.
the MAX 8 lifts off the runway at Jakarta. But immediately there's trouble. The captain's control yoke starts shaking, a warning that the plane is about to stall.
Takeoff config.
Okay, but what?
The pilots can't identify the source of the problem. They have no choice but to continue climbing. The passengers are unaware that the pilots are dealing with anything unusual.
Lion 610, fly heading 248.
And follow standard instrument departure.
Lion Air 610.
The air traffic controller has no idea that there's an issue in the cockpit. The pilots get a warning that their airspeed indicators do not agree.
Airspeed disagree. What's going on? Should we request a return to Jakarta?
Landing gear up.
Lion 610.
Climb to flight level 270.
Still unaware of any trouble, the controller instructs the crew to continue climbing to 27,000 feet.
Altitude disagree.
The first officer now notices that the altimeters also show conflicting readings.
Acknowledged, altitude disagree.
Lion 610.
Confirm our current altitude, please.
Lion 610, your present altitude is
900 feet.
The pilots are getting conflicting data about their altitude and their airspeed. Captain Sunasia expects his first officer to carry out the procedure for this situation.
Okay, memory items, airspeed unreliable.
What altitude should I request?
Yeah, request, proceed.
The situation is deteriorating quickly. Climbing above 1,000 feet, the pilots are still unsure of their airspeed. If they fly too slowly, the plane could stall and fall from the sky.
Request clearance to any holding point.
Captain Sunasia wants to get the plane to a point where he can circle and solve the problem.
Line 610, request clearance to some holding point due to our current condition.
Lion 610, what's the nature of your problem, please?
We are experiencing a flight control problem.
Line 610.
Where's the airspeed? There's no airspeed unreliable.
It's there.
Got it. Autopilot if engaged, disengaged.
Not every failure is a major emergency, and checklists are designed to grade or evaluate the severity of a system failure. So pilots are trained to methodically go through each step by step.
Auto throttle if engaged, disengaged.
Disengaged.
But the checklist isn't helping.
Okay.
Now flying 5,000 feet above the sea, Captain Sunasia struggles to keep the plane's nose up.
Flight path vector may be unreliable.
Line 610, turn right, heading 070 to avoid traffic ahead.
Set the pitch attitude. Roger, heading 070.
Line 610,
You're now descending.
We're having flight control problems and are flying manually.
610, maintain heading 050.
The cabin would have realized that the airplane was not climbing as normal and that it had leveled off, and there was probably some up and down sensations.
Captain Sunasia has been fighting to keep the plane's nose from pitching downwards.
Please, take control for a moment.
He now assigns that task to his first officer,
I have control.
so he can troubleshoot the problem himself.
Oh, very.
The first officer is also having difficulty keeping the aircraft level.
There was a wide variety of problems that they had to sort out, and the first thing was what's common between all of these failures, because that's how you start to sort through the problems.
Flight 610 is flying erratically over the Java Sea and becoming increasingly more difficult to control. The lives of everyone on board now depend on the pilots figuring out the problem
I don't know where we are.
and getting the plane to the ground safely.
Line 610, I have no reliable altitude information. All instruments disagree.
Roger, Line 610, no restrictions.
When an aircraft declares an emergency, the controller's #1 job is to provide assistance to that airplane.
The controller allows Flight 610 to fly at any altitude the pilots choose.
Please clear 3,000 above and below of traffic.
Okay, will do. What?
Altitude would you like?
It's diving.
It's
It's
diving.
okay, it's okay.
Flight 610 is now speeding towards the sea, and the pilots are out of options.
Fly up. Up. Up.
Terrain.